Rajeshwari MJ. She pursued her BE in Electrical and Electronics at the People's Education Society College of Engineering, Mandya. She pursued her MTech in VLSI Design and Embedded Systems at the Sri Jagadguru Balagangadharanta Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Her personal skills lie in good verbal and written communication skills. Her areas of interest lie in OOPS with C++, renewable energy sources, HVDC transmission, digital relays, automotive electronics, advances in VLSI design. She has also had papers presented at the national level, such as the Innovative Architecture for SoC Multi-Core Hybrid Processor, presented at the RNSIT, Bangalore.
Welcome to UGC lecture series of BSc Applied Electronics. Today we are dealing with the subject television and engineering. Let's start some of the topics in unit 1. The topics that we are going to cover in this session are scanning. In the scanning, already we discussed in the previous session about horizontal scanning. Now we are going to discuss about vertical scanning, and one of the type of the scanning is interlaced scanning, and another topic is color television, monochrome and color tubes, color receivers. These are the topics that we are going to cover in this session. Let's start with the vertical scanning. Already we know that the horizontal scanning will be in faster rate compared to the vertical scanning. That is, horizontal scanning will be of only 60 microseconds, but for a vertical scan it will takes 20,000 microseconds. So in a vertical scanning, the sawtooth current in the vertical deflection coils moves the electron beam from the top to bottom, whereas in horizontal it is from left to right, but here in the vertical it is from top to bottom. The deflection coils will move from top to bottom of the faster at a uniform speed, both during horizontal retrace and vertical retrace intervals. The scanning beams at the camera tube and the picture tube are blanked and no picture information is either picked up or reproduced. Horizontal or vertical scanning, during the retrace period there will be no picture scanned. That is, it is the period that we can call it as a blank, and there is no picture is reproduced in a picture tube. So this is how the current waveform in a vertical deflection coils appears. That is, a current across time will give a vertical trace. It is having a sawtooth waveform, that is a rise and fall. This rising edge is called as trace, and this is retrace. This period is for first frame. Similarly, the same thing happened for the second frame also, and this here we can observe on the raster it will move like a vertically from top to bottom, trace and retrace, the same function time. Top to bottom the linear vertical trace will appear like this. The bright line will indicate the trace, and in the retrace is in a dotted line. This will show the vertical scanning picture from top to bottom, that is trace, and when we eliminate all these trace lines, the retrace will appear like this, and during the retrace there will be no information is carried, that is there will be no picture information reproduced in a picture tube in a retrace tube, that is it is fully blank state. So next we move on to another topic, that is number of scanning lines. Why do we need a number of scanning lines? What should be the number of scanning lines? The ability of the scanning a beam to allow reproduction of electrical signals and the capability of the human eye to resolve the scene distinctly depends on the total number of lines employed for scanning. That is, the ability of how the scanning will be produced, that is the electrical signal will be reproduced, the elements of a picture, and also how distinctly the eye can able to visualize the picture. All these depends on the number of scanning. If number of scanning lines, if there are more number of scanning lines, the more information can be reproduced. That is what the number of scanning lines means. More number of scanning means there will be a more space and the more information of a picture will be scanned. Usually they should be a standard, like so that everybody should standardly follow the same rule. So, 625 lines will be the standard CCIR, that is for a monochrome TV, that is for analog signal transmission. So, 625 line is considered as a standard CCIR for number of scanning lines. The number of scanning lines is limited by below factors. These are the number of scanning lines. The number of scanning lines will be limited by these factors, that is large bandwidth requirement and small possible thickness of scanning beam, capability of the human eye to resolve the scene. On all these below factors, we can able to limit the number of scanning lines. Next, in detail we are going to learn about one of the type of scanning, that is interlaced scanning. We know the scanning means it is an extraction of signal of an individual element of a picture, that is element in a sequential manner. So, this is what the definition of a scanning. So, now we move on to one of the type of the scanning, that is interlaced scanning. How it works, what are the things involved in interlaced scanning are, although the rate of 24 picture per second means the rate at which the frames is transmitted, that is 24 pictures or frames per second will be standard, 24 or 25. But this will not enough for us to have a continuous vision, because sometimes if one frame is missed also, we may appear it as a blanking frame and this will cause a flicker. So, this will going to affect the continuity. So, this problem will be solved by another technique, by showing a picture twice, that is we can multiply 24 into 2, that is 48 frames. So, 48 frames per second will make a continuous picture, so that we can easily saw a picture with a continuous manner. As a result of the increased blanking rate, flicker is also emulated. So, if we have this problem, that is if we use a 24 frames per second, we will be having the flicker problem. So, 48 views per second will avoid these things. So, there are still the same 24 picture frames per second. As a result of the increased blanking rate, flicker is eliminated. In television picture, an effective rate of 50 vertical scans per second is utilized to reduce flicker. So, even if we have 48 also, some flicker will be there. So, we will extend from 48 to 50 frames per second, so that we can completely eliminate the flicker problem. So, all this, that what I said, we need to increase the frames, all this achieved by one thing, that is by increasing the downward rate of travel of the scanning electron beam. So, scanning is done by electron beam, where it is going to convert the electrical signals, and this electrical signals going to fall on the screen, which will make a picture elements or visibility on the screen, so that every alternate line gets scanned instead of every successive line. So, a definition of scanning says it is a sequential scanning of each element of a picture, but in interlace what we done is we need to alternately scan all the information of a picture, so that we can eliminate the flicker problem. Then when the beam reaches the bottom of the picture frame, it quickly returns to the top of the scan those lines that were missed in the previous scanning. So, every line is alternatively scanned, and if some of the lines are missed, that will be picked up in the next time. So, all the frames are scanned twice. Thus, the total number of lines are divided into two groups. All the lines are, that is if it is having 625 means it is divided into two groups, and these two groups are called as fields, and each field is scanned alternatively, like odd and even, it is scanned alternatively or twice. This picture explains how the interlaced scanning will be takes place. Like what I explained in the previous slide is, we have two groups, that is two fields. So, one is, this is first field, this is second field. So, each field is alternatively scanned. So, from this is the first beginning of a field 1, from left it is, if it is started, it will end till here. So, 625 lines is divided into two sections, that is 3 313. Again from 313 it is started. We will consider 312.5. Okay, we divided into 312.5 as a first field and remaining will be second field. Again the same thing will be happen in the second field also. The alternative things will be scanned alternatively from the beginning of a second field, that is 313th line to 625 line, so that the complete frame, the complete picture will be scanned. In the 625 line monochrome system, for successful interlaced scanning, the 625 line of each frame or picture divided into two sets, that is 312.5 lines, and each set is scanned alternatively as we observed in the picture. And to achieve this horizontal sweep, oscillator frequency should be known. What would be the oscillator frequency? The oscillator should be worked at a frequency of 15,625 Hertz for a horizontal sweep, and to scan the same number of lines per frame, it should be of 15,625 by 25, that is equal to 625 lines. Whole lines will be scanned with this frequency. So, what is the problem that we faced in the previous type of scanning that we are used is the problem of reducing flicker without increasing the bandwidth has been solved by scanning the frame twice. So, that is what the advantage of a interlaced scanning. Interlaced scanning will help us to avoid the flickering without increasing the bandwidth. We can able to come over the flicker problem by scanning the same frame twice. The scanning process which allows each frame to be scanning twice is called, that is what the definition. The scanning process which allows each frame to be scanned twice is called as interlaced scanning. And we know that in interlaced scanning there are two sequence of scanning for each frame, that is for odd and even. Every time I said it is of two or alternatively scanned. Each field will be scanned alternatively, that is one in odd sequence and another in a even sequence. Let us see how in the next upcoming slides how odd and even sequence will be scanned. Now move on to horizontal scanning periods. How the periods of a horizontal scanning will be calculated? It is like this. Already we know that horizontal scanning period will be of 64 microsecond and it is in faster rate, and this will be how we are going to calculate. This is the trace period, retrace period. This complete time will be the horizontal scanning period, that is the frequency will be 15,625 Hertz and the period will be 64 microsecond. The same thing vertical scanning, which is having the longer which will be of slower compared to the horizontal scanning, which is having a 50 Hertz frequency, and the trace period will be 18.72 millisecond and the retrace period will be 1.28 millisecond. Totally the period will be 20 millisecond. Now separately we are going to study about the interlaced scanning with the first field, second field, and what are the active and inactives of a vertical and horizontal vertical scanning. So first vertical trace. In a first vertical trace, what will going to happen? Only 292.5 lines will be scanned in a first frame. In the second phase, what will happen? Only inactive lines will be appear during first vertical retrace period. So in the very first, that is odd sequence, consider odd sequence, only 292.5 lines will be traced in a vertical trace, and this picture shows the inactive which is not traced, or these are the retrace lines, these are the retrace lines or blank lines. This will be of 20 lines. So totally in first field 312.5 lines will be appear. So we complete the first field. Next, the second vertical trace, again it is tracing twice the second time. The remaining thing here we are considering again the second field also 312.5 lines. So again it starts from the beginning, ends in the end with completing 312.5, so that the remaining inactive lines during this vertical scanning, also called as retrace lines, will be of 20 lines again. So in the second field also we will get 312.5 lines. So totally combining all this, If we consider this as odd frame, this is as an even frame, combining all this will form a one single frame, complete scene, that is consisting of 625 lines. We know that the scanning and synchronizing circuit will be there in transmitter and receiver part. So, along with the details of a picture, the transmitted signal also carry the synchronizing pulses. So, whenever the trigger pulse trigger signals here, it will start to the next field, second field. So, this will make a synchronization to be exist in a during scanning. So, the next topic is interlaced error. Of course, there will be error in interlaced scanning also. So, what will be the error? Interlacing error will occur if the lines of even fields are not exactly in the middle of the lines of odd fields. So, evens and odds should be placed properly. If it is mismatched, there will be error of interlaced error, that is called as interlaced error. This will cause pairing of lines, result in a jagged picture giving fishtail or silky effect. Next is field. We know that field means it is a group. We are going to divide each frame as a two group, that is called as fields. Each sequence of scanning in the interlaced scanning method is called a field. So, odd numbered sequence, that is first, third, fifth etc. are called odd fields, and even numbered sequence second, fourth, sixth etc. are called as even fields. And there are many countries are using different sequence of lines. So, European system will use 65 scanning lines per frame, that is 312 lines per field, and in American countries and Japan and Myanmar use 525 lines per frame or 262.5 lines per field with blanking of 21. Usually 625 will also used by India and 20 will be the blanking lines. So, if we consider this as a first field, that is odd field, and this is as a even field or even sequence, merging these two will give a one frame, that is a complete picture. So, here odd and even should be equally spaced. This will not be having any error. If error will be there, then the image will be of merged or it should be spoiled. So, here in another picture we can easily observe the glowness. So, the glowness will be we can easily observe the odd and even sequences here. First field of a vertical scan, only this portion, if we consider this as an odd portion, odd scanning, odd sequence of scanning, only this portion is scanned and it is exactly in the middle of the even sequence. So, combining these two sequence, we will give one frame picture. The next topic is color television. So, till now whatever we learned, it is based on the monochrome, that is black and white TV theory, but now we consider it color television. It is having slightly difference, only at the receiver part there will be chrome block will be there, which will going to recognize the color. Based on the theory of the additive color mixing, all colors including white can be created by mixing red, green and blue lights. So, these are the basic colors. The basic colors will be red, green and blue lights. So, all colors including white can be created by mixing these three basic colors. So, there will be three extra blocks in a picture tube at the receiver end to recognize the red, blue and green lights. Video signal for red, green and blue information are combined and transmitted along with the brightness signal. So, one more thing, for a color television, video signals will also have this kind of color recognizing signals. At the receiver, the three color signals are separated and fed to the three electron guns of the color picture tube. So, what I said, in a picture tube there will be a three separate blocks to recognize these three colors. Screen of the picture tube has red, green and blue phosphorus arranged in alternative dots. So, the screen also changes along with the picture tube's receiving parts. There will be a three separate block to recognize red, blue and green, and also in the screen there will be a alternative phosphorus arranged, that is in alternative dots to recognize these three colors. Each gun produces an electron beam to illuminate the three colors phosphorus separately on the fluorescent screen. So, each gun, whatever the gun is there, the gun is also different. A gun will be also of 3 because there are 3 different colors. So, there will be 3 different electron beam will be there, 3 electron beam will create 3 different colored beam on the screen that will be projected on the screen. So, our eye then integrates the red, green and blue color information and their illuminance to perceive the actual color and brightness of the picture. So, this is how in a color television the picture quality, the brightness and how the color will be appeared on the screen. So, next will be monochrome and color tubes. This picture will clearly distinguish between monochrome and color tubes. This whatever is RGB represent the colors, color block, that is red, green and blue. Here the color camera will be used to focus a object, and here the 3 different block will be there to suitably separate 3 different colors, and again all the process will be same as we studied in the TV camera tube, the same basic working. And this is again is connected the video signal, that is VR, VG and VB are the video signal for red, video signal for green and the blue video signal. This is fed to resistor and this will be transmitted by a transmitter. This is a transmission path, and the receiver and the color receiver will going to receive all this in separately, again it is fed to the CRT or the receiver color picture tube. So, this separated color picture signal will be processed and will be ejected by the 3 different electron gun on the phosphorus screen. But in monochrome, this is how the object is focused with only single camera, monochrome camera, and again it is transmitted, it is a transmission path. The monochrome receiver receives the signal, and here there is only single electron gun. This is what the difference between, we need 3 electron gun for color receiver in a picture tube, but here in a monochrome tubes only 1 electron gun is enough. Next is color receiver. This is what the tube we studied, that is color receiver tube we studied here in the previous slide. Now, the complete color receiver, only this part is changed, the chroma subsystem, chroma signal filter and this electron picture tube will be different because to recognize different colors. The same antenna will receive the integrated sound and picture signal. The tuner will be set to a particular frequency so that it able to receive the desired frequency of a channel, and this section will send the signal to the video detector and buffer amplifier. So, here in this section we separate the video signal from the sound signal, and the video signal is sent to the further amplification and chroma subsystem, and the sound signal is sent to the IF sound signal trap, and again it is sent to the sound strip for, and at last to the loudspeaker. When the video is amplified, it is fed to the chroma subsystem. In the chroma subsystem, the VR and VG and VB are separately detected and fed as a separate signals to the 3 different electron guns, and this is made to eject on a phosphorus screen of a picture tube. So, now we come to end of the session. Let us have a summary of whole session what we discussed. The first thing is vertical scanning. We studied the sawtooth current in the vertical deflection coils moves the electron beam from top to bottom of the raster at a uniform speed. The raster means the screen. The screen is a raster. The number of scanning line is limited by some of the factors we need to remember to limit the number of scanning. That factors are large bandwidth requirement, small possible thickness of scanning beam, capability of the human eye to resolve the eye. The next point is the scanning process which allows each frame to be scanned twice, that is called as a interlaced scanning. This is will going to help us a lot. Due to the interlaced scan only we can able to eliminate the flicker or completely reduce the flicker by scanning the image twice. Some of the questions regarding these sessions are explain the vertical scanning process in TV system. What is interlaced scanning? What is the interlaced error? What are the differences between monochrome and color tubes? References are newagepublishers.com, textbooks that you can go through. Basic Television Principle and Servicing, Bernard Grob, McGraw-Hill publication, and Television and Video Engineering, A.M. Dake, Tata McGraw-Hill publication. This ends the session. Thank you.